Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do my review of Married at First Sight, Season 18, Episode 10, Anniversary Dinner Showdown. Let me tell you something. Ikechi, Iki, he's sassy. Girl, he is sassy. So if this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family. To all of my nieces, nephews, excuse me, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. Let me put on a little lotion, okay, since I didn't bring me a little Diet Coke up here. And let's talk about this, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. I'm coming, y'all. I need to make sure that I'm out of this, and I'm not, okay, because it causes problems. There we go. So, hi, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's talk about this. I'm going to bring these people up, and we're going to discuss them one by one. Yes, we are. The first couple we're going to talk I hate to laugh. But the first couple we're going to talk about is Juan and Karla. So, Juan and Karla, as we all know, Juan doesn't like Karla. He's not physically interested in her mentally, emotionally, financially, um, zenly, nothing. He's just not interested in Karla. He is going through the motions of this. I believe Juan, like Ikechi, Iki, are both there to promote their business. And Carla's there to be flighty. Now, as we all know, this is the 1 month anniversary where, the couples, have their anniversary. They, get their videotapes, their picture book, and all of those things that, remind them of their vows, what happened the day of their wedding, and they get to see it from a different perspective. And this is that week for that, right? Most of the time the couples, try to have like a date or something like that. And Juan decides that, for his date, he is going to take his place of business. I'm sorry, what? I would not have gotten in an Uber, a car, the front seat, or the back seat of that car. When they get there, she's totally disinterested. He is walking around. She doesn't know what he does. They asked her, you know, to summarize, to give them some type of idea of what she believes Juan does. And honey, she was like, I don't know, basically. He put stuff together. Like during this time, she makes a decision that she's going to tell Juan that she is no longer employed, that she quit her job. We saw this coming. Karla is basically now homeless, helpless, and I don't know what's wrong with Karla. She just floating around, on a wing and some sage. It's very disheartening to see Karla this way because I was trying to get her the benefit of the doubt, thinking that they were giving her a bad edit. But then when I look at it this week, I'm hoping you all can hear me that my mic is picking up. Um, I was, thinking that they were just giving her a bad edit, but it's not a bad edit at all. It really is um what she and who she is. She's flighty. She says that she quit her job, but that it was a mutual agreement. So that means that you had a conversation. In my opinion, it means that you had a conversation with your boss about possible termination. Karla said that she realized that she can't be managed. What the? But yeah, when she sits out there on the beach for their anniversary discussion, and Juan is talking about business, and that's the thing about it. That's why I know that, or it is my opinion that Juan is here for something else, because is there nothing else we can talk about? I don't know if they get a script from the production that says, I want you to talk about this, or I want you to talk about that. But when they were sitting out there and they were having this conversation, right, he goes to the job. Like, I don't want to talk about my job during our anniversary. Anyway, I digress. And so, she says that, she has this gig. She's a beautician and a cosmetologist, beautician. She can do, whatever she wants to do. Yes, she doesn't have a plan. She says that she was going to New York, right, to do a project, and she doesn't have a pricing list. She doesn't have a strategy. She has nothing, right? And so Juan brings that out, and he said, you can be dumb, but you can't be stupid. And the thing about it is, while Karla, as women, right, we see that Karla probably more than likely has potential. She does not have a business mind. And when you go into business, whether or not it's an LLC or a corporation or S corp or whatever, when you go into business, you have to have a plan. And she obviously doesn't have one. We're seeing that weekly that Karla doesn't. And now she's with this man who appears to be ambitious. But I think that what we're seeing with Juan, y'all, in my opinion, is all smoke and mirrors. That's my opinion about it. I really truly believe that it's smoke and mirrors with Juan as well. Because, when she was like, I want us to have more time with each other and, X, Y, and Z, and I want us to drink coffee. And he was like, yeah, because you ain't got no job, so you going to have plenty of time to drink coffee. I would have gotten offended about that as a woman, right? Being a woman entrepreneur. But when you look at it for what it really is, she doesn't have a plan. She's just flying by the seat of her pants and wants to be zen. And you can't be zen. Like you gotta have a game plan. And so it almost makes her an easy read for Juan, if you know what I mean. But I really, I'm peeping his card too. Trust me, I am. But I don't really want to go into them. It's just not a whole lot with them. The next couple that I want to talk about is Madison and Allen. Now, last week I told you all that I believe that Emem and Allen are going to be in a relationship together. They're just going to be, this like thing that's going on with them. Did y'all see it this week? Anyway, bitch, let me back up. So, of course, it's time for, Madison and Allen to do what they do. And of course, Allen, we still don't know who Allen is, because everything that Allen is and everything that Allen does is based around what Madison wants. He thinks that she's very beautiful, and in ways she is. But I think that outer beauty is just not enough. And I don't, I know that the reason that they are staying together this way, right, y'all? Let's just be for real. It's because of production. Because the average Allen would have walked out of this relationship. I think that Madison is a girl who is here for a good time. I do not believe that Madison truly wants to be in a monogamous relationship. I don't know why Madison stood up and showed up for this show, y'all. I have no idea. but she is there for a good time, not for a long time. And I truly believe that. And the reason why I say that is because every time they've gone out with one another, right, and they've done things, it's always been, the drinking type of thing, out with my girlfriends, and I'll see you later, staying over at her own apartment with no regard that she has a husband. When they go out, she's like the party girl and stuff like that. But then when she's in a relationship with him, it's quite boring, right? Except for what he is doing for her. And Allen is allowing himself to be a doormat to her. But again, I believe that all of this is production, because I think that Allen probably would have walked away. Allen is one of those guys who's going to get the job done. We could tell that from Allen. Like, he's one of those guys that's going to stick in there, problem solve and all of that kind of stuff, right? And put his whole self out there. And we can see that because he actually went through and remodeled his house. So guys that are like that, right, they are the type of guys who are going to build, who's going to create, who's going to stay in there, get the job done, problem solve, and all of that. And so I think that he sees Madison as a problem. Well, not a problem, but something that he needs to solve, something that he needs to fix. And so he's staying in this loveless relationship with her. Number one, because she's something pretty, right? He probably thought that, he wouldn't get a prettier girl, but he's worthy of more than, what Madison is giving him. So the two of them, decide that they're going to go out and they're going to play tennis. And so when they play tennis, before they start playing, they put in a little, wager and everything, about what they was going to have to do. Allen was going to have to run around the court and all of that kind of stuff. And he told Madison he wants a kiss. So of course, Madison is out there fighting like a bitch, like a man. She playing tennis like a man, bitch. Okay. In order for him not to win, but of course Allen wins. And then when it's time for her to pay up, she says, well, you didn't qualify what I was supposed to do. You didn't qualify the kiss. So since you didn't ask for a kiss in the lips, then I'm going to go ahead and give you a kiss on the cheek. And I thought that was just unfair, right? But okay, he didn't qualify. He didn't say I want a kiss on the lips. And so he was like, I'm satisfied with that for right now. When they later on went out with their friends, when they were at the anniversary dinner and everything, and he brought that up, what she had the audacity to say? You lucky you basically got that, bitch. Be satisfied with it. Affection ain't like what? What do we haven't seen Madison be affectionate yet. At least not with Allen. Now, I don't know what the hell she may be doing with somebody else, but she's absolutely not affectionate with Allen at all. And it's so disheartening the way that they have matched these couples. And I think that they need to kind of look back at their formula and think about the way that they're matching these couples, right? Oh, he likes this, she likes that, right? But I think that a lot of time opposites are what attract each other, right? And so while the experts sit down and they say, okay, this person is a match for this and this person is a match for that, we're looking at other couples, right, that she probably would have been better suited with. I think that she probably would have been better suited with David. That's just my opinion, because both of them like to work out and stuff like that. I think they need to look past whatever formula that they're using in order to match these couples up. But that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know downtown in the comment section. So Camille irritated the fuck out of me. So now we've already established, since Camille has been intimate and gave up the goods to Thomas, that Thomas is black. If y'all notice, we have not heard the black conversation since. We ain't heard any colorism. We haven't heard the light skin. We haven't heard the bar that he frequented that, was known for, racial like we ain't heard none of that. Ever since she got the D, he's been black. So now that she has found out that he's black, right? She thought that she was going to, kind of goose him down and put, some of that thug life stuff on him. But he did look good with the earrings. That's okay. But Thomas is a good looking man, period. In my opinion. That's just my opinion. Would I date him? Hell no. But He is a good looking man. He don't need to be thug light, right? He don't need to have the swag, and all of that kind of bullshit that she wants him to have. But anyway, so we see her, in her gym clothes and her sport clothes, and I thought that this was the prettiest she's ever looked. I BS y'all now. I thought this was the prettiest she ever looked because she was in her element, and there is nothing like a man or a woman in their element. I thought that her skin cleared up. I liked her hair being back. Like I thought this was the best Camille ever looked. But she was talking about, basketball being her thing and how, her father had well, first of all, she was a little irritated because this was their little date and Thomas wasn't there. He was late. And for her, punctuality and all of that stuff is important. And she feels like she wasn't being supported the way that she needed to be supported. So she, told us the story about when she was in college and she told Thomas, when her dad would show up to her games and he would be driving 5 hours to come, and support her while she was on the team. And so she, she's looking for a daddy. And Thomas not going to be your daddy, right? Parents, we do things that we would never do for somebody else, right? Because those are our offsprings. So the expectation that he rise up to the level of her father, to me, is just unobtainable, right? Because a daddy is daddy, husband is husband, boyfriend is boyfriend. I'm not looking for my daddy in my boyfriend. And I'm going to make allowances. But anyway, she didn't. She said that he was going to pay the piper. So when he got there and everything, she was like, okay, well, you was late, and woo. At that time, Thomas didn't make any excuses for it, which I respected. He just was like, I apologize, there was something I had to do, you'll find out later. But he, made no excuses really for being late at that time. Or at least he did not give an explanation. He said later on, you'll find out why I was late. Now, so as a woman, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to give him a little grace, right? I'm going to give him a little grace. So she make him do these burpees and all of this kind of stuff. And he's so awkward. Oh my God, he was awkward as hell. And so, they had their little conversation. Later on, they have their little, anniversary dinner and all of that kind of stuff, right? And they sit at the table. And y'all know I don't go scene for scene. I'm not going to talk about everything. I talk about it at a high level, okay? So don't expect me to give all of the details about what in the hell happened with any of these couples, except for Ikechi, yeah, okay? So, she sits down at the table and everything, and they're talking, and, they're on one accord about everything. And so she says, I have a gift for you. And so he's like, okay, whatever. So she takes out this damn marlin clay. And I was like, the fuck? She said, the thing that she said, this is my artsy side. Gift giving is never about you. The fuck? What do you mean this is my artsy side? This gift is supposed to be for me. It's supposed to reflect what you think about me, what you see in me, what I would like. You gonna give me a toaster because you like how I do my sandwiches? You gonna give me a microwave? Like, what are we doing here? I have to teach my daughter that very young. Don't give me a house gift. Don't give me a gift that reflects who you are. Show me that you see me. She said when she gave him this, because I was riding in the car and it almost made me rock. She said, this is my RC side. I said, well, what the fuck does you have to do with giving him a gift? that reflects him. He was like, well, I'm not artsy. He ain't no basketball star either, bitch. But he said, I'm not artsy. So, he said, what is this? She said, a mold. Bitch, this is girly shit. This is sitting around with your girlfriends doing arts and craft and vision boards. This doesn't reflect the man. When you with your friends, there's certain things, your friends, your boyfriend, or whoever, there's certain things about them that you see right in them, and you think this matches what they do. This particular man loves cologne. Every time I'm around him, he has a different cologne on. And then you listen as you're dating for a need. Like, I don't want somebody to dress me up like a paper doll. I don't like men that do like that. I need you to see me past my outfits, past the outside, and I need you to really listen and don't dress me up like a paper doll. I don't like them kind of guys. Don't buy me no clothes. Now, we can go shopping, but don't buy me no clothes. Don't buy me a microwave. But in turn, he said, well, I got a gift for you. She opens it up. Oh, I like the gold box. She opens it up, and it's a necklace. He said, when I saw you in a honeymoon, red looked good on you. So I brought you this necklace with these purple, that has purple in it, right? And some reds. Because somebody asked, was purple in the red family? I said, purple is in the blue in the red family. I believe, whatever, bitch, whatever. It was a contrast. But he was able to say, I looked at you. I admired how the red looked on you. So I went and got this necklace. They didn't have it at the store that I went to. And so I had to drive out of the city and go and get it. And I was late, and I apologize. But he took accountability for it. Tracy Johnson said it was her birthday. Okay. But he did all of that because he listened and he looked. And he gave her something that enhanced her. But she gave this bitch a monolith, some clay. To me, that's not consideration for the other person. To me, you're not doing your homework, girl. You're not doing your homework, girl. What is it that Thomas says that he likes? Or has he even had an opportunity in the relationship to even discuss what he likes? Anyway, bitch, he's not black anymore. And I just want y'all to know that he's not. The next couple was David and Michelle. David is doing everything that Michelle wants him to do. He's in the same boat as Allen. He's got these bitches that are sitting out here and they're complaining about who and what he is and what he's not is and how they feel about. David has to work during the thing, right? But they do decide that they're going to go to a dinner. They go to a dinner and everything. He picks a sushi restaurant, knowing he doesn't really care too much for sushi, but he's trying to get in it for her. But this day, David got the ass, right? He ready to speak his speech a little bit. So he gets to the restaurant and everything, and Michelle says, he left me some flowers or something. What did Michelle give him? What did Michelle give him? I cannot stand women who think that it is beneath them or there's something wrong with giving a man that you are in a relationship with a gift. And I ain't going to get him no shoes. But I don't think it's anything wrong with giving a man a gift. I don't. I don't. But Michelle doesn't like David. Don't care that this is getting on my nerve. Bitch, this is getting on my nerve. Hold on, y'all. Let me take this off because this is getting on my nerve. Anytime I keep having to touch and rub on this, you getting on my fucking nerve. So they get to the restaurant. It doesn't look like it's a 5-star. It's not Michelin. Michelin. It's none of that. Bitch, it's a regular little. It's a little regular round the way joint. David sits down at the table, and David look like David. She's already told David. Now, that's one thing. She has told David that for her, she want him to step his game up as far as his clothes are concerned. And that would be a concern for me, too. However, they wasn't in no 5-star restaurant. They was, at least I didn't think it was. And she criticized David instead of complimenting David. Because she give him shade. Like a shade. Yeah, this was nice, but this is your date outfit? This is your date night outfit? What the did you want him to come in the tuxedo? Y'all not going to the opera. I don't care if she compliments David and say David is a nice guy. She don't fuck with David. And so for everything to me that she says, it gives me pause in the side eye. I can't stand Michelle. And I don't like the fact that these couples have to stay in these relationships and endure this type of trauma, in my opinion. I believe that these couples endure trauma and that the producers should allow these people to walk away from these relationships instead of encouraging them to stay in them. That's my opinion about this bullshit. The things that some of these people are having happen to them, especially Emem. These things are trauma, and these things are going to cause PTSD for when they are in other relationships. And I think that they should have a right to not have to fucking play the game, but to walk out of it. I think that that a lot of the things that Michelle is saying is tearing down David's personality, especially when David is just like apologizing for really telling her the truth. Apologizing for being him. I know this is fucking with his self-esteem. Because not only are you enduring this stuff in a relationship, you're enduring this stuff with criticism and compliments from people like myself all over the internet. Now, do you sign up for that? Yes, but are they probably getting the therapy and all of that stuff? No, they being probably told, in my opinion, stay in this. You got a contract. If you don't do this or you don't do that, we're going to take your money from you. And so I think a lot of them feel stuck and powerless to do anything about it. But fuck that. I'm out of here. She sits there and talks down to him. But I think the reason why she's so fucking nasty about it. Is this your, like, what? So, they're talking and everything. And she, is asking David, like, how you doing, whatever, woo. And then she says, well, why don't you ask me questions? David was like, what the fuck for? Every time I ask you something, it's like well, I mean, he said, for what? I don't get any feedback from you. She said, it's just not there, basically. She's been telling David that it's just not there. The attraction is not there. But David is trying to endure into the end. Bitch, I will be enduring to the end of this date. She is just so nasty. And so David was just, like, I'm tired. You want me to ask you questions, but you don't give me any feedback on it. Do you think that there is any way that we ever have a connection, David? Why would you ask that the answer is no, and you know that the answer is no? I don't know if he's asking her because he wants to put it on a divorce decree. I don't know, bitch. They haven't consummated it, so he should be able to annul this bullshit, okay? But it's just the way that David is going through this process, and I'm wishing that David would just be like, I can't do this anymore with her. But I know that this is mainly about production and them producing the show, but god damn do I feel sorry for him. And so basically, he was like, she said, nobody is responsible for my happiness, because David was saying that, really he wants her, her to be happy and all of that kind of stuff. And she was like, you're not responsible for my happiness. Only I'm responsible for my happiness. And I thought that was, okay, that was intelligent. That was intelligent. That was intelligent. But you did want him to be responsible. When they sat there and they talked about the vows and all of that kind of stuff, and they did a flashback on her ass, because they on Michelle. They flashed back to Michelle's shit, okay? Because they gonna prove a point that bitch you telling a whole lie about this relationship. Now, of course, David got what he wanted to get, and when they sat there and they looked at the videotape and stuff, David was crying and stuff. But honey, she was just like kind of laughing and everything, but you could see that secondhand embarrassment on that bitch. She was embarrassed as I don't know what, because she was sitting up there to mom, I'm gonna laugh at your jokes and I'm gonna make you feel secure and I'm gonna be behind you and all this old bull. She did none of that. She laughed at a joke David told yet. Bitch, has David even had that opportunity to tell a joke? I don't think so. Michelle, you are a walking contradiction. And you sat up there and said that you wanted a light-skinned man. You got you a light-skinned man, but you found out that you forgot to say that I don't want the motherfucker to live in his mom and them house. I want him light-skinned. I don't want him a darky. Don't give me a darky black man. Give me a light-skinned one, because that's what she asked for. How's that working out? Bitch, you get what God gave you. It ain't nothing but you know what? Okay, move on, Auntie. We're at this point where it's going to be viewer discretion is advised. I am going to be cursing. So you can stay here at your own risk, or either you can leave. But viewer discretion from this point on is advised. You've been warned. Thank you for all of y'all who have stuck around. This motherfucker right here is sassy. Oh, yeah, girl. He's Mr. Sassy. He's sassy as shit. He's a sassy mother. He's just sassy. You want me to sit beside that? Oh, you're so sassy, Ikechi. It's the anniversary. 30 days. And Emem, who's one of those girls who plays by the rules, who does everything that she's told to do, who follows instructions, who came out here for a real marriage, who's the one who's always bending over backwards to make shit happen, because that's what we do. That's what we do. We're going to go with the program until we can't anymore. That's who Emem is. The things that Emem has acquired and done in her life, she did it through much perseverance. Because I'm going to tell you right now, honey, everything you do, and no shade to nobody else, as a black woman, every accomplishment that you make, bitch, you work twice as hard to get it. And I don't mean to offend nobody. I know from experience, you work twice as hard. Even black men passed over for promotions when you know damn well you've been doing the job. So whatever her ass got, bitch, you better know she earned it twice. And it's the same thing for Ikechi. Icky, ya, Mr. Sassy. But there are some men. Thank you so much, Beverly Boo, for the 1999 subject. Auntie, thank you for being 100. Love you. Love you too, boo. Love you. Emem and Ikechi got to work just as hard too. And maybe the doors that needed to be open for him just haven't opened yet. And maybe he needed that strong woman who made it through, who persevered to be the one to help him get to where God wants him to be. I'm not saying she is, bitch. I'm saying maybe. Because sometimes men don't mature and go to where they got to go until they get that certain woman. And same thing for women. Same thing for women. But some men need a woman to push them to that next level, to sit in their life and not baby them and pacify them, but to push you to your next goal, to where God wants you to be. She has her own business. She done did this. You aspire to do this. You are so uncommitted to your job that you follow the show. It shows that you don't have no commitment and no stick-to-itiveness other than writing a book-ass book on Amazon. And even that got spelling errors, punctuation errors, and some old you mother sassy. To my future W hashtag WCF, letter to my best friend and future everything. This is their 1 month anniversary, bitch. Here, Emem is playing by the rules. Because like I said, that's what we do. That's what we do. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to put my best foot forward. I'm going to follow instructions. I'm going to go and get me some stuff, make me a little charcuterie board, sit down in the park, and I'm going to put, despite everything, I'm going to put this month first. I'm going to make sure that he ain't the only month on the show, because that's what we do. I'm going to make sure that he's not the only one who didn't get anything. Thank you so much. Just a matter of time. Hey, boo. Thank you for the 1999 super chat. I was so triggered watching this, Auntie. I kept saying my ex-boyfriend, seeing my ex-boyfriend's face, and had to pause and walk away. Seriously. Thank you, Jesus. I never married him. Wow, Tam. I think that you shared some stuff back down in a membership about your ex-boyfriend. Oh my God, Tam, I'm so sorry you got triggered, honey. I was triggered. I was triggered to whoop his ass. That's what I was triggered. I was triggered like David, because David, I'm telling you right now, David was ready to whoop his ass. David had to get up and perform off the table. Don't get it twisted. People read that wrong, but I'm going to tell you right now, David was like, it's some things and some ways that's being said up at this table that I think need to be in private. David was ready to whoop his ass and step to him like the black man, black on black on black on black. Because he knew that this was disrespect from this allegedly woke brother. He woke all right. So they have a little thing down at the park. She said, okay, I'm going to go ahead on and play by the rules. I'm going to make sure that I celebrate this. I'm going to put everything else behind. Even though this mother tried to put me out there as a predator, I'm going to go ahead and put this out. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Here he come looking like Fat Albert's friend. Every time I see Ikechi, this is who I see. That stupid hat, bitch. The stupid hat he had on, and that blue jean jacket. I tried to find one with him with a jacket on, bitch, but I couldn't. But this is who he looked like to me. Do y'all remember him off the Fat Albert? Ignorant bitch. Got the same outfit on. You know they're gonna wear his apart. Oh my God, Auntie, you gotta calm down. Calm down. So she's in the park. She got her little stuff together. He coming walking and dragging like he got something stuck up in his ass. And he's so important. And he got to stop everything he's doing, swallow everything he's chewing, and show up for this bitch. That's how he treat her. This so ugly, dark-skinned black bitch. Because if y'all think that there's a lot of the stuff that he's doing in colorist, but I ain't gonna go there. If you understand the dating, some of the complications in dating in a black community, you will be able to see multiple sides from which he's coming from. How dare this black nappy-head woman be above me? He is a colorist, in my opinion. When he saw that she was dark-skinned, and when that stuff, and I'm going to tell you right now, I went back and looked to the wedding episode. He was checking out the weave and everything else. And when she went on that honeymoon, he just couldn't take the weave no more. We're going to talk about what's difficult to talk about. We're going to go ahead on and hit this shit. She is a dark-skinned, ugly black girl. How dare they connect this author to this dark-skinned, black, ugly girl who got a good job, who makes him feel like shit. Her success, she's supposed to have that. Was she DEI, bitch? Was she DEI? Did she get it all for privilege? How she got all of this stuff, this apartment laid out? This bitch got how many TVs? What motherfucker gonna come in your house and ask you how many TVs you got? Unless you count. And when you count my TVs, you're counting my coin. Oh, Auntie, I see you got five. Five. Girl, every time I see you, you got a designer bag. You count my coins. Well, you got to go to somebody's house and you counting it. You need to check yourself immediately because you're counting their coins and trying to figure out how they got it. And then when you look at your stuff and you measure yourself like Ikechi has, Ikechi, ya, Mr. Sassy. When you measure yourself by somebody else, of course you're going to feel small. You can't measure yourself based on what somebody else got back. Because I don't know what you did to do it and to get it, and you don't know what I did to get it. You don't know what I had to go through to get this. How many nights I sat up trying to learn my craft. The race is not given to the swift, neither is it given to the strong, but to him that is able to endure. Whatever Emem had to do, she endured it and she earned it. But all he see is that she ugly to him. And y'all know when y'all see a guy that's ugly, you be like, ugh. And like everything he do grosses you out. If you see him as ugly, then you can get past it and be like, oh my God, it's this ugly guy. It just is what it is. And that's why beauty is in the eye. It's in the eye. What you see is beautiful. I don't. But you don't have to disrespect anybody and tear them down because of your insecurity that is past what they look like. He went in her house counting. He counted her stuff. Oh, you got an upstairs? Oh, let's go up there. And there's pictures in the Airbnb. Living off of the generosity of other people. I don't mean to be hollering, bitch, but I mean to be hollering. I always said your discretion is advised. You stayed here, you won the head. So she's sitting down, she's got everything to do. He's standing over top of it like. See, because she ain't supposed to do nothing in excellence. When she's the same woman that saved him at the daggone housewarming party. But she ain't supposed to do nothing in excellence. She paid somebody to do this. No, she paid somebody to do the tacos because you decided that you wasn't going to come, bitch, and you never said that you would do them. So that's why she went out and had it contracted for a month to bring it. That's why. It don't mean that she couldn't do it. She said that she didn't really know how to do it, so she made it do what it do. That's what we do, bitch. That's what we do. So he come up there, oh, this is your tutor. Oh, you did this yourself? Well, how you doing, bitch? How you doing? Yeah, I did it. I mean, and he's standing up there looking like somebody off of Fat Albert. And the thing about it is the way that he stands up on her with that tight ass, sassy, shabby chic jean jacket on. This bitch ain't got but probably like 5 outfits in his suitcase because he don't live here. He came to sell a book. He's like those old guys back in the old days, honey, selling portions and shit out the back of a wagon. So she's like, yeah, I did it, you know. You ain't do nothing. You haven't contributed to this relationship yet. But anyway, yeah, sure, yeah, I did have a seat. You know, I got this together, and I got some painting because I know that's stuff that you like to do, and we'll do it the whole time. He looking at her with disdain. So they try to make a little small talk and everything, and they're painting, and he seems like he's okay. He said, this is stuff that, I want to do often. I want to, I want to do this more often. Okay, well, you putting the effort in? He ignored the fuck out of her. And nobody wants to be ignored. You mother, nobody. So anyway, y'all, I digress because I got to calm down. I got to go and get my dogs. So anyway, she sits up there, right? She lets that pass with him. Next thing you know, we see her talk about how this month left the house. Because they were looking back. Thank you so much, Olive. YP for the $50 super chat. Thank you, boo. I had to log and give a super chat because I done caught Auntie on here doing the Mace review. And let me tell you, no one does it better. I know these people get in your nerves, Auntie. So please take it easy, even though we love your reviews. Thank you so much, Olivia. Thank you, Olivia. That is so kind of you. Thank you, boo. She said, I'm about to get Auntie a whole $50 bill. You better walk girl. Okay. So before we talk about that, let me tell you about this month because I went back. Because now they're sitting in an apartment. They're going back 30 days. This is 30-day anniversary. Then they sit there and he walks in with that same fucking nasty jacket on. He's sitting across the room like she is diseased. Like he got to protect himself. You fake mother. This is all a ploy, a plot and a plan to make this woman to destroy her. And I don't understand why you got to destroy her. To say that she's predatory, you're trying to destroy her. She said, this our anniversary stuff. Do you want to look at me? He's like, yeah. She's sitting there like she's a teacher giving instruction. So he got a picture of, and so this is us. I'm gonna try not to get emotional about this bullshit, but I'm telling y'all, I'm so fucking mad. I am so mad, y'all. How dare you treat somebody like that? I went back because she asked him the question, how do you feel about your vows? When we was at the wedding, his mother said, I pray that your wife can be and see all the brilliance that you bring to her life. You, where, mama? You know your son got mental illness. You know this month ain't got no self-esteem, mama. Mama, what brilliance. He don't shine bright as nothing. He is the worst fucker that's ever been on Married at First Sight. And I never thought that I would see anybody more evil than Chris and how he treated Paige. But he has come in at the #1 spot as the most diabolical. Did I say that right? Diabolical motherfucker on here. He won, Mom. There's the brilliance. He said, I was raised in a single family home by my mother. He got mother issues. And that's why he hates women. And if y'all remember the picture of his mother, she's a short-haired, old, black, dark-skinned woman. He probably hated his mother's dark skin. And his daddy not being in a home. Kicking him the fuck out. He probably despises his mama, which is, I got to stop screaming and shit. These are mommy issues. He said, I was raised as the only child in a single home by my mother. And to have her blessing and prayers and her strength in this moment of time is beautiful. I.e., I never got that. I never got my mama's strength, my mama's prayers. He said, to get it at this moment in time. But you better read through what people say. Why this moment in time? Ain't you used to it? Aren't you used to getting your mama's praise, bitch? Excuse my language. Even in his book, he says, when I started writing this book to my future, hashtag WCFC, letters to my best friend and future everything. He said, when I started writing it back in 2018, It was an exercise of my heart and mind and faith. I wanted to improve all three of those: my heart, my messed up ass mind, and my unbelief. I wanted to open and channel senses that I had not used. Why have you not used your heart, your mind, and your faith? Let's talk about it. He wanted to open his mind because he ain't dealt with these things. So all his life, he's had a father that rejected him, and a mama that protected him, but probably didn't love him right. She probably didn't know how. So now, anything and everything that looked like his mama, maybe she went out there and worked and lived a successful life. He said, it stretched me out of my comfort zone, making me think beyond what I know or think I know I see in the future. On this journey of self-discovery, he didn't even know who he was in 2018. But yet he running around in 2024 thinking that a book that he did in 2018 is going to fix all of this bull that he was running away from and couldn't do. And then instead of dealing with himself, he going to write a letter to a woman that he ain't never had and never deserved. I discovery, I endeavor to be more self-aware. Where is Ikechi? Icky Yicky Yaya, Mr. Fancy Pants. Where is he self-aware? He doesn't even know how he's coming off. He thinks he's coming off as this perfect man. This man that got it together. This educated black man who's pouring into lives of children. Where have we seen Ikechi? Bitch, I'm so mad. You would have thought I was dating him. Except for y'all would have been seeing the producers. Because we past talking when you sit there and accuse me of going past your consent. We ain't talking no more. Bitch, we's fighting. This month said that he is now self-aware. I endeavor to be more self-aware, revisiting my past to gain clarity for my future, delving into my faults and insecurities to allow for restoration. When a person shows you who they are, believe that bitch. He has not done the work. He is still this insecure man. This man who is not self-aware. He told me he dove into his faults and his insecurities. No, you didn't. You put him off on this woman. You deflected. You put him off on this woman. He says, I encourage you to indulge in the same type of reflections. Thank you for encouraging me because I'm digging in your shit. You insecure mother. You say my wife treat me like. When you look at her and you measure yourself against her, you feel like shit. Because you know, in my opinion, icky, you a whole fraud. You have not done the work. Letters to my friend. You mother, what friend? What a friend we haven't cheated. He says, I encourage you to indulge in the same type of reflections and introspections by utilizing the self-assessment prompts following each piece. What self-assessment? See, it ain't enough to be an author. You got to do the work. And so you thought that you was going to come on this show, in my opinion, to give somebody some insight. You showed people insight of an insecure Black man with an educated Black woman who got her own and know who she is. That's what you helped us to see. On his wedding day, this is what his family said. Her family said, Emem's family and friends want you to know that Emem embodies humility and in its purest form, and she craves the marriage and the nurturing guided protection and love of a husband that only a husband can provide. Emem craves the nurturing guidance and protection and love only a husband can provide. As Emem steps into this new life and chapter with an open heart, her ambitions and her job, her ambitions and as a doctor shape her as a force to be reckoned with an unafraid boss chick. They told him she's a boss chick, unafraid, venturing into the unknown. She is a truly precious rarity, deserving of all encompassing love and nurturing and protection. So buckle up. But let me tell you what his vows was. When they sat there on that goddamn thing, when he sat on the stool like she was some kind of virus, and she asked him about his vows, and this motherfucker said, I said what I said. She said, how do you feel about your vows now? He said, I said what I said. I meant what I said when I said it. I'm sorry, what do you mean by that? I said what I said. I meant what I said when I said it. See, every time I give you an answer, it ain't good enough for you. Bitch, you didn't answer it. Even when she was downtown, there's been multiple times when she's asked you questions and you said, I had no intention of answering it. And so, bitch, when do you answer questions? Now, I can say that that Emem should stop asking them questions. I got to ignore the dog out of them. Anyway, the only thing she asked him was, how do you feel about the vows now? Do you feel like you did what you said you was going to do? So I said, bitch, what did he say? What did Ikechi say in his vows? Let's read his vows. Shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. To Emem's family and friends, I want you to know. Oh, no, that ain't it. Hold on. They said, this is Ikechi. They said that Ikechi's ambition is something truly remarkable. This is what his friends said to Ikechi, to Emem's family. Emem, we want you to know this about Ikechi. His family and friends want you to know that his ambition is something truly remarkable, because once he set his sights on the goal, you can bet he'll see it through to the end with unwavering determination. That's why, bitch, every time they told him no, he went to the next city. Because he has set his sights on this, like the family said. He has unwavering determination to get what he got. So guess what? He kept on knocking on the fucking door to this daggone show, and he got on here. That was something true his family said. His determination and creativity knows no bounds, and he wears his heart on his motherfucking sleeves. He a weak dude. He don't know how to hold his emotions. He has no emotional maturity. He's emotionally crippled. And he's ignorant. And he's dangerous, in my opinion. He's dangerous. Calm down, Auntie. They say he wears his heart on his sleeve as a true believer in love's magic. Bitch, love ain't magic. Love is work. There's no sprinkle dust for love. You got to work at loving people. Friendships, family, husband, boyfriend, fiance, girlfriend. Love is work. It ain't magic. Love is a verb. This is not magic. There's no sprinkling dust. He's a true believer in love's magic, the treasure of stories he carries will leave you in fits of laughter. We ain't laughed yet. His stories will leave us in fits of laughter. When did we ever see Emem, even on a honeymoon, laugh? These are stories he tells himself. You mother. They said his stories that he will leave you in fits of laughter where you're receiving is a partner who longs, been anticipating your presence. Ikechi, he's been writing to you. The years of holding faith in your existence and diligently molding himself in the finest version possibly ready for you. Everything is surface is high level. And that his family can say about the character of this man. They talking fantasy and bullshit about a book. Even his family, he probably wrote that. His family is promoting the book, the stories he tells, the magic. But then listen to his vows. Thank you so much. I happened to see that. Thank you. She said, that's my PSA. She said, hey, Auntie, I had to come out the bushes and say how much I love your reviews. Period. Thank you, boo. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and share. Share my videos, y'all. Share my videos. This is his vows. The vows that Emem sat there and read before he got there. Because you know she read them. These are his vows. They say that love is patient. Love is kind. But where have you been? Y'all remember he opened up with where have you been? That was the name of the poem, you motherfucker. They say that love is patient. Love is kind. But where have you been? Prayers turned into years of doubt. What I took from it was that love takes time. We pray for you because we're praying. These are his fucking vows. The prayers turned into years of doubt, and what I took from it was that love takes time. We pray for you because we're praying, kind God, give her peace, give her space to create and the ability to relate. And oh Lord God, please don't forget her faith through her life with purpose. Physically paced, prolific passions plucked her from the top of the tree where the fruit is nothing but sweet. Father God, wash away any impurity and self-doubt. Help her understand what a true queen's life is all about. Make her courageous. Make it so that she can show the world that love is contagious. I say this name, man, so she never would. He ain't giving no vows. Ikechi had never give her any vows. He read her a motherfucking poem. Excuse me, YouTube. Excuse me. He read a poem. He was at a recital. This was his stage. This was his introduction to his sorry A poetry. He never said, I will do this and I will do that. He never said, I promise to love you. He never said that I will help you, that I'll be your rock, that I'll be the person that you can talk to. He never said it. And because he used it with inflection and he had writtenness, okay, when he was being reflective and changing his life and doing all of that kind of book, he never gave her a promise to do and be anything but the asshole he is. He had nothing to present to this woman. Y'all need to be cash apping me because we went to church. Oh, yeah. Okay? I know you're up in this month. We went to church. He never promised Emem nothing. They were empty words spoken from a broken, jealous-hearted, insecure man. This was a church sermon. So when Emem asked him about his vows, he couldn't answer it because he never promised her anything. So when he said out his motherfucking mouth, I said what I said and I meant what I said. She said to me, he said, everything I answer, you got to say something about it ain't good enough. Because, bitch, you don't answer questions. He said, I said what I said. And your vows didn't say that you would be an asshole. Y'all see that? That's wondering how many years I'm gonna get in jail. For every suck, every air I breathe in, I'm praying for a reduced time. For whooping his mother. Hey, something. For just going on, for just blacking out. So God, please. Every air that I breathe, you said you are the air that's in my lungs, Father. I need you to be the air in my lungs. Because I'm about to fuck him up. Em was sitting on that sofa. She was taking sips of air. Because he never said nothing. And he said, and if you don't back up and shut the whole fuck up, you can take them vows, and that'll be the only thing that you'll have. And then he got his ass up out of there, walked up out of there. Oh my God, he walked up out of there, y'all, and she ain't see him for 2 days and 2 nights. She calling and showing receipts of her texting him. And then when they get to getting together, everybody getting together, the couples can't go. Okay, get yourself together, Auntie. When they get themselves together, he walks out on her. She goes in the bathroom and cry. Emem cry. Because crying ain't weakness. Crying is keeping me off him. Crying. Sometimes you get so mad you gotta cry. Go ahead and cry, girl. Because he ain't worth going to jail or hell for. Go ahead and cry. Cry your tears, baby. I don't ever think it's weak when a woman cries unless she cries over some bullshit. But this right here, go ahead and cry. Because that's what you got to do to keep from whooping his ass and cussing him out and coming out of your character. Thank you so much, Wanda Young, for the $2 super chat. I love it when you go in on these. Okay, thank you, Wanda. Thank you, boo. So we see her, and she said she didn't talk to him. He came in there and got his shoes and said a little dry or high or whatever. She don't know whether or not he going to the dinner party or not. Michelle happy as fuck because David ain't going. So they all down getting on a party bus and everything. And I know damn well that Juan wished that something had happened to Carla's ass so she wouldn't have been there. They get on a bus and everything, and they talk about where he is. So she, she like let me tell you something. This motherfucker sat there and called me an asshole on my anniversary. I thought that I, was going to have a good time with him and all of that kind of stuff. And you know what? He gave me his ass to kiss. But I'm here. She said he made some daggone statements that could ruin my life and my career. He said that I did not respect his space, that I was coming on to him inappropriately. This is what he said. We getting past all of the other stuff. This what he said. That I touched him inappropriately. But here's the thing. He was the first one that committed the offense. Because what y'all don't know is when we was on the airplane and we were traveling to the honeymoon, he took my hand. He forcibly took my hand and put it where the sun don't shine. So Ikechi, Mr. Sassy, you did the first offense. Because you didn't know if she was ready for that. You overstepped her boundaries. Now she should have checked her. But she was like, okay. But she didn't put him out there. She said, yeah, y'all touched him. I touched him because I thought that that's what he wanted to do. I thought that that's what we were doing, touching. I thought that we were playing hide and go seek. And I felt like he thought that I was too far away, that I was too cold and that hot. And so he wanted to direct me and instruct me and bring me out of darkness into the marvelous light of where his weenus was. But then the bitch gonna sit there in front of the expert and in front of Dr. Pia and tell her that I violated this mother. And I've been playing games with him. And I've been trying to be cooperative, and I've been trying to follow the rules, but I ain't got it to do with this mother. So they get in a restaurant. We ain't gonna talk about the small talk because I've been out here too long. And like I said, I got to go and get my dogs. But this month has sat there in that restaurant in front of everybody. Came in there late thinking that he was going to be that grand diva and he was going to make that appearance, honey. But what he didn't know that he was overshadowed by David. When he came in there, they was like, the fuck? The fuck? What's going on? Why are you here late? I was chilling. Alice said, well, Is that an excuse and a good reason for you being laid up in this mother? Someone, yeah. I just came, I just came to celebrate y'all. Michelle said, not y'all. He said, no. So what the fuck you doing here then? He talking about I can leave. Yeah, bitch, bye. Didn't even see you come in. But he was overshadowed by David because he thought he was doing a diva move. That's a bitch. He's a bitch. He's sassy. Because what man pulls a diva move? Not none of my friends. Not none of my brothers. He's sassy. Ikechi, say you sassy. It's okay to be who you are. If you are, be sassy. And then dumbass Juan gonna sit up there to myself. It seemed like y'all pointing fingers and both y'all play. If you don't stand down and deal with Karla's unemployed, broke, homeless ass, if you don't deal with your own doodle and your own bullshit that you got going on trying to fake like you some entrepreneur, in my opinion, if you don't stand down, you don't know what the fuck is going on. You trying to have a man type of thing with David, bitch. Because when David came up in there, that hug was a little bit too long. Get the fuck off David. When David came in there with Icky, came in there. Let me tell you something. They was like, David came in there. They was like, yeah, turn it up. Hey. And I know that made him feel small because he thought he was doing a diva move. Yeah, I'm going to be the last one coming in. I'm going to set this bitch off. Let me come up in here. As Emem said, with your Joker suit on. And David stole the show. So your little diva stunt didn't even work. So they sitting at the table and everything, Camille, child was yeah, Camille, and she told them, we screwing and everything. We doing what we doing with the whoop, 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 whoop. And everybody's celebrating it and everything. Michelle happy as until she found out that David, who she had, thought wasn't going to come there and she was going to have a girls' night out, David came busting in and she was like, bitch, I don't believe it. I thought he said he wasn't coming. Now he here. Oh hell, let me be happy like everybody. Can't get out. He on second shift. He can't get off, girl. David came up in there. That David was like, hey, what's up? David said, we live in a champagne life. I done snuck out. So Camille talking and she like, whoop de whoop and whoop, but I mean, I got a question. I just want to know. What's good? I mean, I'm just chilling. I mean, no, seriously. Icky, yeah. What's really good? My wife make me feel like shit. I don't have no peace in my home. That's a bitch move. No man acts like that I've ever been around. Not even my good Judies act like that. They don't do pool stunts like that. My wife, she make me feel like, you know what I'm saying? How she make you? In many ways, she makes me feel like it. Her success makes me feel like it. Her house made me feel like it. The duplex of it all made me feel like shit. The multiple televisions made me feel like it. Her air fryer made me feel like it. Her furniture made me feel like it. Her job had made me feel like it. Her success made me feel like it. Her being an entrepreneur made me feel like it. Her master's degree made me feel like it. Her success made me feel like shit. And so I don't have no peace in my home. Because for me, I believe that I am the grand diva and that I'm the one to be worshipped and adored up in this mother. Okay. Everything about her made him feel like that. Not anything she said, not anything she did made him feel like it. That's why at the end he left the air fryer. Because remember, he said something about her air fryer at the apartment. That was shade. When he sat there, Emem said, I ain't gonna be able to hold this no more. She said, this motherfucker right here, I've been trying to call this month for 2 days. 2 days. Now, you know, when you get a woman to start beating in her hand like this, she ready to take this to a whole different level. Because the only time we talk like this is when we ready to back up out our chairs. If you know, you know. He said, you ain't tried to call me. I had tried to. She said, you a whole lot. I've been trying to call you, and you ain't called me back. And then you gonna come up in here with this Joker suit on. Honey, let me tell you, Karla was like Miss Tilly at the table. Karla was like, Emem. Was that Sweetie that was on Color Purple? Let's go to the bathroom, girl. Girl, come on. Come on. Let's go to the bathroom. She was like, you clown. You bring me a clown, you're going to get a circus. So they go in the bathroom. It's a meeting in the ladies' room. I'll be back real soon. Oh. Karla was like, look, you cannot let anyone take you out of who you are. Calm the fuck down, girl. Calm down. Michelle was like, he come here for? He got in the, he's attendance one, the playing games. They in the bathroom trying to school her, and she like, he thought wrong about me. I've been trying not to let the gat come out of me, but the gat is coming out. Gat is short for ghetto. Because we all got a little bit of ghetto. He treated her like his intention was to embarrass her. His intention was to expose her. His intention was to tear her down, and not only in front of them, but to the cameras, to America. This motherfucker, in my opinion, is dangerous. He is the most dangerous person, in my opinion, that has ever showed their ass on national television on Married at First Sight, which is what makes him the worst month that's ever been on here. Thank you so much, Olivia. She said sassy. Thank you, Olivia. He's dangerous. People like this that can ruin your career, your whole life by one word are dangerous, in my opinion. He came out there and could not wait to have his diva moment and tell everybody that she makes him feel like this. And he said, and what they said, and then Juan sitting up there. Chris had already, David had sat up there and said, let me tell you something. When he got to talking like that, David was like, look, you need to take this in private. Because you out of pocket. And when she was out there, she told him, you wild for doing this. This is some wild shit you doing. And I think that Emem realized when she went back and looked at this Vows that he never promised her shit. He never, ever gave her vows. The bitch read a poem. And I know that that's what took her over the edge after she sat there and read that. Can you imagine reading that and realizing he never promised me nothing? This was never about me. I know that broke MM. She said, I'm not gonna let this clown. He sat up here when they left out the bathroom. He gonna get up and leave. You know why he got up and leave? Because he wanted to have a diva exit. Ew. He wanted a diva accent. He could have left while she was in the bathroom. Camille took her in the bathroom and said, no, we're going to sit up here. We're going to have a sister talk. We're going to talk sister to sister. She said, let me tell you something. He playing monkey games. He came out here with another agenda. I came out here to be married. And this monkey came out here. He thought that he was going to get some dumb woman, that he was going to be able to pull these little diva stunts on and play games around her. But what he got was a real woman who owned her shit, who know who she is, got her own business. Bitch, I'm a master. I got a master's degree and I work for everything I got. And what you not going to do is sit up here and play me. I don't care how much I play the game, how much I follow the rules. You're at the end of the day, I got more to lose. You ain't got, and you sit up here playing these junkie stunts. Allen was ready to get in his, and so was David. And when she came back out, she was like, let me tell you, this month said I was a power. And I'm not going to sit up here and play these games like this anymore. David said, I didn't like how that mother was talking to you. So I tried to, I didn't articulate it the way I needed to, but I was trying to say, stand down, Ikechi. Stand down. Allen was challenging him. Allen told him, you didn't think what you said was disrespectful, that it was offensive? Because he's a broken little boy with mommy and daddy issues. And while he think he's done the work, he hasn't, in my opinion. He's the worst individual who has ever showed up on Married at First Sight. And I've been covering Married at First Sight from season 1, episode 1. He ain't shit. And in my opinion, Ikechi, this is just my opinion, I'm entitled to it, you're dangerous. He goes outside, the producer trying to talk to him. He talking about he gonna give a divorce. He don't look like nobody look down to him. She has never said anything that we've seen filmed to make him feel bad about himself or to feel like he was beneath her. Never. We ain't seen it. And so we need to send it. When she got back to the, so the next thing you know, he told him, I give a divorce. He said, I may not be everybody's whatever, but I'm everybody Hennessy and Coke. You must ain't nobody taking no shot off of that. He goes to the apartment, he packs up his stuff, and he leave. He got one fucking suitcase, bitch, and 2 carry-ons. It's like you ain't even got nothing. No wonder you've been wearing the hell out that stinky jean jacket. She comes in there, she finds out that all of his stuff is gone. But the air fryer. She said, that's a sign that, I guess that's her, whatever. That was shade. She didn't even pick up on his little, because you know what? He felt beneath her. And the thing about it, to make someone not human, you think I'm going to sit beside that? That dehumanizes her. That dehumanizes her. She doesn't deserve to be dehumanized. Nobody deserves to call someone that. Y'all let me know downtown in the comment section what y'all views are. I can go on for another half hour, but I swear to God, I got to go and get my dogs since I promised them I would get them at 3:30. Thank you all so much for being here and for your support. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up button, and thank you for sharing. Thank you so much to Beverly Conley, Just a Matter of Time, Olivia, Wanda Young, and again to Olivia for the super chat. You didn't have to do it, but you did. Thank you all. I appreciate your love and your support. Y'all let me know down in the chat. I'm out.